Jasco was founded in 1976 and it listed on the JSE in 1987. It has assets in telecommunications, electronics and security. It has a market cap of 215 million rand, a price to earnings ratio of 9.4 and a dividend yield of 2%. So Jasco, it's all about turnaround right now for them. What do you make of it right now, Keith?
Well, the turnaround's about a year and a half in. You need to understand that the turnaround is only as good as the background business and the management that's driving the turnaround. Background business always had a lot of inherent IP and it's actually positioned quite sweetly for telcos spend, for ICT spend, for even Eskom's distribution rollout. So it's positioned quite nicely, but it had a lot of legacy problems and it was very fragmented. So I like the businesses. I particularly like the management. The guy who's come across and is driving the turnaround is Pete De Silva as CEO. Now even though most of the listeners and most of us are not overly familiar with him, he's actually a heavy hitter in his own right. He used to be CEO of Siemens Group Southern Africa, which is a massive group. It's just listed somewhere else as part of a big international operation. And he's come across driving this turnaround. I must say, I've been very impressed with my meetings with him, and he's delivering what he said. We are a year and a half in, and he's hitting the targets. He's most of the targets he's aiming to.
So, Paul, are you as optimistic and positive about management like Keith is?
Look, we've previously had quite a few shows where we talked about the electronics guys, the people that make cable, and so on and so forth. We picked up quite significant earnings variability to do with copper prices and those kinds of issues. Also, the rand is important because Mtech, their subsidiary here, they're competing with other manufacturers globally. That may be something to watch. But like Keith, I agree, Pete De Silva comes across very well. This is a group that people don't have very high expectations of. You can see it hasn't done so hot. The other discussion is about the electrical infrastructure area, and that has been always very positive because you look at all the stats about how much maintenance the local authorities need to do. There's got to be spending in this area and it's kind of reached critical phase. So this one again looks quite interesting. There's a sort of commonality of shareholders here because some of the people, the community investment people like Mclachlan, they are involved with Afrocentric as well as with Jasco. So certainly at around 215 million market cap, it's below my sort of radar, but it sort of stacks up okay, it seems.
So are you buying some of the stock?
Yeah, I actually particularly like Jasco. Your back management is good businesses, and bear in mind the valuation. With earnings momentum likely to continue upwards as this turnaround happens, you're actually buying the business at tangible NAV at this point.
Sorry, explain to me what's going on with Mtech, because their partner there is what, a Taiwanese or an Asian company of some sort? How much do they own of it, and is that like a major player in fiber optics and all that sort of thing?
Well, Mtech's really it does low and high maintenance voltage cabling, and there Jasco's got technically a controlling stake, but there's shareholder arrangements that they got locked into when they originally bought that stake that really prevents them actually taking operational control. Okay. So my understanding with Pete De Silva's strategy there is they're negotiating to get operational control, and if they cannot get operational control to turn that around, they'll simply sell it.
Okay.
You want to be able to control the turnaround. You don't want to be controlled by it, and that's. So I think it's a positive if they get control, and it's actually a positive if they exit it as well. Either which way, it tends to work out in Jasco Group's favor.
So hot or not in this one?
Certainly hot.
So hot, Paul? Hot or not?
Well, I don't know. Fallen angels, but new management. Yeah. I'm going to go with not hot for now, more on the scale issue, because I tend to be a bit suspicious of companies that are of that sort of size. But that notwithstanding, nice story. But for the moment, yeah, not hot.
So one hot
Watch
and one
that turnaround.
Yeah. So we'll see about that.